Hello, VC. It's Jerry with Dark Side Vinyl, and I'm here with a couple of new acquisitions, some of my recent finds, and some of the things that I'm thinking about picking up for Record Store Day on the two releases that's coming up in June and July. They just put out the list, and I haven't scoured the entire thing, but I've gone through it a couple times pretty quickly and wrote down my first impressions and looked up a couple, um, and I'll share those there with you at the end. So, a couple of the highlights. I have picked up a lot of records here recently. I was able to go and hit a spot. I shot a lot of video for it, but I have not been able to get it put together properly. I had thought I had it all together, and then the voice and video weren't synced up, and so that's the reason you haven't seen it. But I picked up probably 60 records over the last couple weeks, um, and all but four of those were all older and used, um, and I have four brand new ones that I picked up also from my. I had them set aside for me on layaway over the last couple months. I had accumulated a couple, and so I went ahead and picked them all up. So let me point out, like I said, these are a couple of the highlights of these two. I picked up $2 a piece. I'm I'm super excited about that. I mean, I knew that those would be good, but I didn't realize how good until I actually looked them up once I got home. But it didn't matter, you know, for that. I would have paid much more, obviously, but I knew that those would be good. And I've been looking for uh, Long John Baldry. That's him. Not necessarily this album. I don't know anything about this album. I had a different one on my wish list, my want list, and then of course I actually picked up three different Yes albums, and that's one of them. So, like I said, those are a couple of the highlights. I had some good finds. I was very pleased, and so there are still good finds to be had at decent prices out there if you look and if you bother and get in the dust and the dirt and knock off the stink bugs, everything else you got to do. But anyway, I've rambled on enough. These are a few of the new records that I picked up. This one, Blaze Foley, The Dog Years. I haven't got to listen to any of these yet, but I just picked them up a couple days ago. This is supposed to be a lot of his early recordings, and I can't get this anywhere else. So once I found that I could go ahead and order this one, I did. This has 20 songs on it. Some of them are pretty short. Actually, a lot of them are under 3 minutes. So that's the only way you can do that, I guess. But I've talked about him in the past. I recently discovered him through my friend Joe. And there was a documentary on Netflix. If you haven't seen that, it's worth watching if you're into a singer-songwriter. And it's kind of a tragic story what happened with him. And I think he could have been a lot bigger if things had worked out differently. And this one has also been on my want list for a long time. And then once I found out that this artist was nominated to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I decided to go ahead and grab the new one while I could before prices went up. I'm not sure if I say this right. Fela Kuti. I'm not sure. I think the first name. I think I'm not saying it correctly, but I can't remember exactly. Zombie, and this is Afrobeat. I think I first heard about him through Mazzy's channel, and I checked him out. I looked him up on YouTube, and that's quite a story, especially with this album. You should look up this song on YouTube, and it gives you the story on what happens here, and that's another tragedy. Um, but he was rebellious against the army and everything, and it's just go ahead and look it up. And then for something completely different, Run DMC. I haven't even taken this one out of the wrapper yet. I haven't even opened it up. This is obviously the original master recording, and I love this CD. So my friend Chad told me that they were going to release this, and I was like, all right, I'll go ahead. It's a lot more than I'm used to spending, but like I said, I put it on layaway and kind of paid a little bit at a time, and I guess it makes it a little more manageable. But I don't think I'll be buying. That's a different tax bracket for me. I can't be affording a whole lot of those or original, MoFi recordings. Kraftwerk is my last one, last brand new one. Technopop, same thing with this CD and cassette I had of this, and anybody that knows Kraftwerk knows how influential they were and have been, and I think I'm probably the only one in my family that really kind of gets them, but I don't know. I've always liked them. They've always appealed to me. So I'm going ahead and I am trying to pick up all the rest of their re-releases. So that's all I'll show you for now as far as albums, and then I just wanted to talk a little bit about my wish list for Record Store Day, just on my first couple run-throughs, and I'm gonna kind of research a little more before. I've already slashed some off of my first list. I had probably 30, maybe not that many, but I've already cut a couple of them out. Some that I still want to get is going to be the Art Blakey Jazz, obviously. That's a 2-record set, and I think that's on the first drop. I could be confused on that one. Looking at possibly Charlie Parker. That's a 4-record set. So, some of these I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to afford. They're going to be expensive. The Cure, I've picked up their picture disc. I know picture disc are not the best sound quality, but they are pretty much the only way that I'm able to come across any Cure, it seems like, in person without ordering them just online or whatever. So they're good enough. So I've been picking those up, and they have 2 more releases this year. So I'm going to go ahead and probably get those. Canned Heat, I'm on the fence about. I do like Canned Heat, but like I said, due to the size of my list, they may get cut. It depends on their price, depends on how much money I have at the time when it comes, and that sort of thing. So, but they have 2 releases, and I'm looking at trying to get at least one of them. Some that are definite. One is Thelonious Monk, and that's on my must-have list. Another is Linkin Park, Meteora. I love that CD, and I didn't know if I was going to buy it on album, but I started to listen a little bit on YouTube again, and I was like, yeah, I think I'm going to have to get that one. And then Ultravox, this set I need to look into. I don't know. It says it's a 2 LP set, but I don't know if this is just a bunch of different versions of like 1 or 2 songs, and I don't want that if that's what it is. I don't think, I'm not sure about that one. the Jazz Dispensary Volume 2. I picked up the first one and I really enjoyed that. Um, it's Dank Defunk compilation, and like I said, I enjoyed that one a lot. That was kind of almost a blind buy when I picked up the first volume, so I was pleased with it. So I'll probably end up getting that one again. And then there's 3 different rough guide to blues variations, 3 different ones. They've got different titles and things on them. Those are I'm on the fence. I may be able to get them depending on how much they are, depending on how many songs are on them, that sort of thing. Whether I will feel inclined to get them. But I do love blues, so I mean I may end up getting them. And then in the July release, um, the soundtrack from the Blue Eyed Bandit, Ennio Morricone. He did that, and I'm pretty certain I'm going to try and get that one. And then John Prine, there's a 4 record set, and then a 1 album. It's from the Oh Boy years. So I would like to get both those. I'm not sure if I'll be able to. Uh, I've got a friend who already warned me that he's going to be there and we're going to have to probably fight outside, depending on how many she got, how many our local record store gets. We're going to have to arm wrestle or worse out front in order to figure out who's going to get those. So we'll see how that works out. But I looked at the Clash also, but I think that may not be what I'm thinking it's going to be. Um, I have Sandinista, and so I don't think I'm going to need to get that. What this is, I think it's a kind of a spoken word kind of thing. I'm not sure exactly. You can let me know in the comments. Those are the kind of things I'm looking for. Every time I look at the list, I've already seen a couple of videos people have put out where they're saying, oh, it's the worst list ever, or this is awesome, and I think it's so funny. I mean, the list is so varied, and I guess that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to hit, as many people. You want to try to please as many fans as you can. So there's something for everyone, So I don't understand. I don't know. It's funny. And unfortunately, because a lot of you have noticed that I have a pretty broad range of music, and I'm proud to say that, and growing all the time. So that's the good and bad. It's the same thing with restaurants. I like so many different kinds of foods, which has helped me put on my COVID-19 pounds and more this last year. But it gets real expensive on record store day because I like so many different kinds of music. So it's like, oh, I want that, I want this, I want that one. So I mean, you just gotta kind of do the best you can, I guess. I mean, I can't have them all. I'm not making that kind of money. So unless I get another big stimulus check, but I still don't think I'd spend it all on that. I need to do something else. Anyway, I'm rambling. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, do all those kinds of things that everybody asks for. I would really appreciate it. And I'm sorry that I have not been very consistent again. I know I apologize all the time. It's every time I think I'm going to do a good job about it, life gets in the way. And like I said, I was trying to edit a series of videos on this hunt because I shot probably close to 2 hours of video of me hunting through this massive collection and trying to and then put it together, but I am not able to get it going right. I've tried 2 different programs, and it's just really kind of frustrating me. So I just blew it off, and you know. Anyway, I wanted to put out something, so this is what you got this week, and I hope you like it. Keep on digging. Good luck out there.